All right. Hello, friends, and welcome back to another exciting episode of 9 Hours, 9 Persons, 9 Doors. In the last episode, we solved the final puzzle, and then I went to bed. I was so tired, both from staying up until 3 a.m. and also from worrying about that puzzle for this entire game, that I just went to bed. So now, we are going to continue on the game. Maybe finish it? I know we have a few other things that we need to talk about, but I don't remember how long the game is after we do the final puzzle. I've never timed it before, so let's see if it's longer than an hour. Anyway, Akane wants you to know that every time she thought about him, she thought her heart would burst, so that's pretty cool. Great. Okay, bye.
Whew.
I can't quite believe I did that. But I'm so glad. So glad. I feel like my heart's on fire. By the way, we do still need to get out of here. No, I don't have time to be thinking about this kind of shit. I need to tell Akane.
Akane! Sorry, but things are kind of busy over here. I'm gonna have to hang up now, okay?
Beep.
Oh, of course, that's fine!
I wiped the tears from my eyes and nodded vigorously, even though I knew he couldn't see me. Then I looked over at the corner of the floor. There were 2 bracelets Hongo had left behind. Alright, well, she's getting out. Anyway.
No.
Well, Seven and Lotus don't look particularly happy with me. Not a very nice look to give someone who just saved your life, guys.
Junpei, are you...
Okay.
No.
Shut it!
Right, okay, so maybe they have a reason to be pissed off. So what if I haven't pressed the enter key yet? Alright, nothing holding me back now. Here goes. Wait.
Incineration will begin in 90 seconds.
Good job, Junpei.
It doesn't sound like it's stopping. What the shit? Why isn't it stopping?
Okay, maybe I didn't hit the key hard enough. Just hit it again. And again. And again. Okay, that's not working either. The alarm's still going off. What the hell is going on? I've got all the right numbers in the right boxes. It's perfect. So why the fuck isn't this thing stopping?
Incineration will begin in...
So in good news, we saved Connie. But we did not save Junpei. Womp womp.
60 seconds.
Wait, of course. That's what the numbers that showed up after the puzzle mean. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8. Snake, Clover, me, Seven, and Lotus. Then, door 9. No, that's it. That number on the door isn't a 9. It's not even a number.
It is hidden, but an exit can be found. Seek a way out. Seek a door that...
Holy shit. Of course. Then we just have to put the right number into the red and...
Incineration will begin in 30 seconds.
You better hurry.
Run, guys! Get to the door! Run!
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Don't have much time. Man, I sure hope they can just trust me on this one, or we're all fucked. Alright, no time to explain, just go.
Quick! Verify your numbers on the red! Verify? Who?
Everyone.
What combination?
All of us! We all need to verify!
Why?
You really think this is a good time to ask questions? Just do it!
Hurry, 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 hurry.
Incineration will begin in 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
That 7 to 6 was real close.
2. Central gate has been opened. Incineration system has been disabled.
Y'all were so close. You would have died. Oh, thank fucking Christ. No, no time to be happy. Time to go.
Hurry! We've only got 9 seconds before the door closes! Go, go, go!
Come on, guys, move it. Okay, they're all through. Move it, Junpei. Just in time. And there goes the door. No, don't calm down yet. You're not done. We still gotta find the dead. God, Snake is so pale.
Shit. Looks like we made it, huh?
That was a long one. Man, that guy sure can laugh when he wants to. Looks like Clover and Lotus are totally out of energy. Snake is shaking his head wearily. I just want to take a nap, but...
Akane? Akane! Can you hear me? Akane!
I want to tell her we made it. I want to tell her how good I feel. But... nothing. Anyway, back to Akane. The door opened. Standing in front of it was my brother.
Akane!
Oi!
I cried his name even though my voice was almost gone from screaming and leapt into his arms.
Oh,
Akane!
I buried my face in his chest and cried again. I cried and cried and cried. The steady thump of his heart in my ear made me feel like I was home. Its beat was almost like a lullaby. I wrapped my arms around him as far as they would go and held him as tight as I could. Just to be there felt like a miracle. I hadn't felt the warmth of another human body in what had seemed like an eternity. I just wanted to stay there in his arms forever. But I couldn't. The moment I'd passed through the door, my bracelets had begun the countdown to death. I leapt away from him and looked around. The door had already closed. I spotted the dead only a short distance away. It took me only a moment to get to and scan all the bracelets. I left the ones Hongo had dropped on the scanner panel. That was it. I took a deep breath and looked around again. The huge detective, who we'd all call 7 in 9 years, and Snake, the blind boy, were looking at me. They seemed to have been utterly stunned by my sudden appearance. Their eyes were wide and their mouths hung open.
Alright, let's get out of here. If we don't book it, we might run into Hongo again.
Oh, he was right. It was time we got moving. The mention of Hongo seemed to jar 7 and Snake out of their surprise, and they nodded. We took off running up the spiraling stairs to freedom. Time for more running. But if they can get us out of here, no wonder we're running so hard. My heart's beating so hard I can barely hear. God, I can't wait to breathe the real air again. Huh? Is that 7 talking?
Hey, Junpei, can I ask you something?
No, not right now.
What's up?
That door, the one with the 9 on it. Why'd it open?
Yeah, all 5 of us verified our numbers on the red. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8 is 26. That makes our digital route 8. It shouldn't have opened.
That's not like you, Lotus. I thought you would have figured it out already.
Huh? Why?
Because you were the person who taught me about the idea of bases.
Bases?
Yeah. What are the 2 numbers in base 2?
0 and 1.
How about base 10?
That goes from 0 to 9, right?
Then how about base 16?
0 through F. After 9, it starts at A and goes from there. B, C, D, etc.
You're right. In other words, A in base 16 is 10 in base 10. B is 11, C is 12, D is 13, and so on.
So, what about it?
You don't get it? What if we keep going with that pattern? What if you go way past base 16 all the way to base 27?
Base 27?
Yeah.
Well, the numerical digits are the same. So, I guess you'd add alphabetical digits. E is 14, F is 15, G is 16.
H is 17. I is 18. J is 19.
We're gonna go through a while, aren't we?
K is 20, L is 21, M is 22.
N is 23. O is 24. P is 25.
Yeah, and? What comes after that?
Q.
26.
And what does that mean?
That wasn't a 9 on the door.
It wasn't.
It was a Q. A fucking lowercase Q.
Yep, that's pretty much it. I guess to put it another way, you could say that it was a 9 in base 10, but a Q in base 27.
Time for more running. Anyway, back to the stairs. God, my thighs are killing me. I swear any moment now I'm gonna tear a muscle. I feel like every single cell of my body is dying for air. Damn, every breath I take is a chore now. I feel like my lungs are gonna burst. Maybe just a short rest. No, can't stop. Don't have time. Come on, legs, there can't be any more of these steps left. Let's run, run, like a bullet down a rifled barrel. Like a tornado cutting through a sea of clouds. I feel like we're running along the back of a giant coiled dragon. Finally.
Whew.
Jesus, I can barely breathe. No, Junpei, no time to rest. Pull yourself together. You're almost there.
Alright, I'm gonna open it.
Yeah.
Yes. We're finally here.
Please do.
Sure, you look like a big, heavy door, but you're the only thing standing between me and my freedom. But even more important than that, you're the only thing standing between me and Akane. You're gonna open, and you're gonna open now. And on the other side of the door is Akane. God damn it. I felt a hand on my shoulder. It was Aoi's. He gave it a small, reassuring squeeze. I was so happy I felt like I could melt. My heart was at peace. And not only because my brother and I were back together again, thanks to the huge detective, all 9 of us who had been kidnapped. Oh, that's right, I forgot, we have to sail away. We're finally able to escape Gigantic. On the distant horizon, we could see the faint outline of the ship as it sank. It gave a thunderous roar as it finally slipped beneath the waves. Its last cry echoed out across the ocean, and then it was gone.
It's over.
Aoi whispered.
Yeah.
It was over. It was finally over. Or was it? Was it really? No, that was wrong. That wasn't it at all. I was sure of it. This wasn't the end. It was only the beginning. This is only a prologue of what would happen in 9 years. Wow. Anyway, for Junpei. Yes, finally, air. Gah. Damn, that sun is bright. I can barely see anything. I gotta admit, this doesn't look quite like... Wait,
No way.
you've gotta be shitting me.
What?
It can't be.
This is...
That's right, you thought we were on a ship in the middle of the ocean the entire time? We've been in the desert!
This is the building in the Nevada desert.
This is one of my favorite reveals of the entire game, because, like I said, you're spending the entire game thinking that you're on a sinking ship. And you're not even close to water.
the mock experiment building.
Oh my god. This whole time we were in Building Q.
Sure enough, that's a desert out there with mountains all around it. Hello there, son. Boy, am I ever glad to see you. I don't think I've ever been so happy to see a sunrise. Huh? Did I just hear something fall? Right, our bracelets. I guess I've never really got a good look at the underside of one of these. Let's see what's inside you. Just a little electronic chip, like an ATM card. That's it. There's nothing else. Nothing that even looks like a detonator. You thought the reveals were over? There were no bombs either. There was never a detonator to begin with. Figures.
Akane.
Jumpy!
What? Heh. Guess I must be pretty crazy about the girl if I think I'm hearing her voice in the wind. And then the game never did anything ever again. There we go. That was such a long wait for it to go to black. And here's the credits. Wild. I don't know whether I should let this play or not. I don't know how long this is gonna be. I'm usually sitting here blabbing about the game and how I felt about it. We'll do a little bit of blabbing. Don't go away. You can skip this credit blabbing, but you can't skip the end of the episode. Yeah, so me having played this game when I was a kid, I really liked it, as I said. I made my best friend play it. I made my grandma play it, as I said, and you guys really latched on to that. I thought it was funny. And like I said, it was really weird. My friend and I, all throughout growing up, people thought that we were siblings because we look a lot alike. That's a cute little picture right there. People always thought that we were siblings because we looked a lot alike. And then we started playing this game and we're talking about our favorite characters, and at the time we were big into cosplaying. So I was like, oh, if I would cosplay anybody, it would be Santa. And she's like, well, if I would cosplay anybody, it would be June. And then we finished playing the game and we're like, oh no. It's put us even in this game. Oh, is that it? That's all we're gonna do? Okay. That was a cute little small blabbing moment. There we go.
Are you okay?
Oh, come on. This is nothing.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't look okay.
You're really ugly. It was just before the end of elementary school. Jumpy and I were sitting next to each other on a small hill, looking down at the town as the sun slowly set.
How does it look then?
He was half serious and half joking. I thought about it for a minute first.
Well, let's see. It looks like you kissed a toad and got warts, but then they just kept growing and growing and growing.
Okay.
What does that even mean?
Junpei grinned and...
Ow, 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 ow.
Don't do that, stupid.
See? I told you you're not okay. You're too reckless. You can't beat 5 8th graders, Jumpy. That's crazy.
Why not?
Yeah, but I couldn't just stand there. I mean, don't you think so? I had to do something.
Look at the Nevada desert go past. For an SUV, this thing is a pretty smooth ride. It's a good thing this car was here. Sure was nice of someone to leave it for us outside the building, keys in the ignition and gas in the tank. Almost like it was a present, you know? Anyway, we jumped in, and now here we are, screaming across the desert. Lotus is over there in the passenger seat. Snake and Seven and I are all squeezed into the back seat here. I still can't believe we let her drive.
Woohoo! This is so fun! This is so awesome! Driving is so great when there's nothing around, and there's no speed limit.
Yeah, I mean, technically speaking.
Hey, Clover, watch those bumps, all right? This car jumps even a little, and I think I'm gonna get crushed to death.
Hey, shut it. I can't help if I'm big, all right? Suck it up.
Why don't you drive, Seven?
I'm a cop. I ain't gonna break the law.
You could drive the speed limit. You don't have to go fast.
He doesn't have an international license.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, but you could have sat in the passenger seat.
Oh, hell no. There's no way I'm giving this seat up. And Clover, there's no need to slow down.
Let's go.
The car Santa and June are in should be somewhere down this road ahead of us.
Yeah, I saw some fresh tire tracks going out. There's no doubt about it.
Then we've got to hurry if we want to catch them, don't we?
Sure thing.
Oh, shit. God damn it, she doesn't have to drive so fast. Man, I didn't even think a car like this could go this fast. We're sure throwing up a lot of dust. Anyway, back to Akane. It was a couple hours after we'd run into the junior high students. They'd been hiding in the bushes on the back of one of the hills, drenching a kitten in gasoline. The moment we saw what they were doing, Jumpy ran up to them, furious.
Hey! What the hell are you doing?
Then he jumped on them. He quickly scooped up the kitten and tossed it to me. I caught it and ran for the police station as fast as I could.
Help me! Officer, please! You have to come with me!
The policeman and I headed back to the hill. All we found was Jumpy, sprawled on the ground with a face covered in big, swelling lumps.
You couldn't run away after you threw the kitty to me?
I asked him. He stuck his tongue out through the hole in his mouth where a tooth had fallen out. Great.
Yeah, I guess I coulda.
Then why didn't you?
I didn't want to. I wanted to beat him up. Beat him up real good.
Great.
Because of what they were doing to the kitty.
Yeah, that too, but I think they were the ones behind those murders our first semester. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you mean the bunnies.
Okay, I was thinking people, but...
Yeah, the bunnies.
He plucked some grass from the ground and tossed it into the wind.
They asked me what elementary school I was from, so I told them. And then they said they'd do the same thing to you that they did to the rabbits.
Okay.
I couldn't forgive them for that, so I...
Anyway.
Hey, there's still some stuff I don't get.
Okay. Of course, they probably don't know any more than I do.
Like Ace. Well, I guess I should say Kentaro Hongo. Why did he create the Nonary Project? Anybody? Any ideas?
Why don't you ask him yourself?
Well, yeah, I guess I could.
He's still in the trunk, I assume?
Yeah, he is. Still tied up, I'm assuming, with his mouth taped shut. His eyes just look empty. No emotion. He looks like he's just given up. I wonder if he even cares what happens to him anymore.
Hey, were you listening to us?
Yeah, go ahead and try to pretend you weren't, you old bastard. Let's get that tape off of your mouth.
Come on, I know you were. Answer me.
You could at least look at me when you talk, man.
I only wanted to see the faces. Human faces. I thought if I could gain the ability to access the morphic field set, then perhaps I could see faces. By peering into people's minds, you could understand how they were processing the expressions of others.
That's it?
Yes, if you want to put it simply.
You just wanted to see people.
But if you are looking for a more philosophical answer, I could supply that as well.
Okay, go for it.
You see, the human collective consciousness...
I think that's enough out of you, pal. Time for the tape to go back on.
All right, so what's your second question?
You said there were some things you didn't get, didn't you?
Well, somebody's a little nosy.
Well, my next question doesn't really have anything to do with you two. This is for you, Seven. It's about the whole Alice thing.
Mm-hmm.
What's the deal with that?
Well, you see, 9 years ago, after I escaped from the Gigantic, I kept going after Hongo on my own, hoping I'd catch him when he finally slipped up. And during the course of my investigations, I learned a lot more about the Gigantic. I also found out about Gordain and Alice.
You're not really answering my question. Was there actually a girl who wouldn't melt at room temperature?
Yes, Ace. Sounds like Hongo has something to say. Alright, fine, I'll let you talk, but you gotta behave.
What?
Alice doesn't exist. 9 years ago, I found Alice's coffin behind the library on the bottom deck. There was nothing in it but the root of a peculiar plant. My research determined that it was a member of the genus Mandragora, of the family Solanaceae, and was able to extract a particular alkaloid from it. I used that extract to create Soparil. Its creation was a tremendous boon to my firm, and we grew rapidly.
Shit, this is gonna go on forever. Tape's going back on, Hongo. The rest of my questions can wait a bit. For now, I think I'll just enjoy the ride. Hold on, back to Akane.
Here, this is for you.
What's this?
This is for you, doll. His name is Junpei.
Jumpy pulled something out of his pocket and shoved out his arm towards me. In his hand was a doll made of yarn, small enough to fit in his palm.
Jumpy, are you sure it's, for you, doll?
Huh? Yeah, the lady at the shop said so, that means it's for you, right?
Are you sure it's not a voodoo doll?
Wait, what? That's... Oh, man. Oh, man.
Well, it sure looks like a voodoo doll. I mean, you do know what a voodoo doll is used for, right?
Yeah, I guess calling it Junpei isn't a very good idea then.
No, it's Junpei forever now.
Why are you giving me this anyway? It just seems really sudden.
You know how after June, we aren't gonna get to see each other too much? I mean, we're gonna be in different schools, and I just thought I'd,
Oh, okay, well, how about we call it June then?
Okay. So, I wanted to give you this.
You sound like some sort of tribal chief in a bad movie.
Yes. I, head of tribe. This doll, traditional charm of tribe. So I give this. It me. So we always together.
Oh, Jumpy.
If something bad, then hold and pray. I go wherever you are. So here, take.
I reached my hand out and picked up the doll, gently.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jumpy.
Before I knew it, I was crying. Tears streamed down my face and fell onto June's tiny yarn body.
Oh, Jumpy. I'll never forget you.
For at least 9 years, y'all.
I promise.
Jumpy looked straight into my eyes and said just 5 words. Bitch, you better not. Oh, I don't know.
I'll never forget you either.
Those are pretty good words, too. The sky was a beautiful crimson red as it melted down towards the horizon. The last golden rays of sunlight stretched out across the city and painted themselves across the hills. We sat, bathed in the warm light of evening. Just the two of us, leaning gently against one another, shoulder to shoulder, despite the fact that we're sitting very far apart from each other. The sun set, and we still didn't leave. We watched in silence as the darkness deepened, and one by one, the lights of the town began to flicker on. Anyway, there's still one thing I don't get. To be honest, it's the biggest mystery as far as I'm concerned, and also the only one that's really important. It has to do with June and Akane. 9 years ago, she died in the incinerator on the Gigantic. But she's still alive now as June. But how? Was it because I tapped into the morphic field set and saved her 9 years ago? Alright, let's say that makes some kind of insane sense. If I did that, then how do I make sense of what Seven remembers? Snake makes sense, he's blind. He couldn't have seen her body anyway. But Seven, he said he was sure he saw it. Does that mean there's some kind of historical discrepancy? Or, wait, maybe that's not it at all. There's one other logical explanation. Was what you told me the truth, Seven? You look satisfied. No way. He couldn't.
Hey, look! Over there! There's somebody everybody next to the road.
Yeah?
What?
Oh my god, hitchhiker. There she is. Oh my god, it's Alice! That's what I was waiting for. The burning gaze of the Nevada sun pounded down on her head. The desert around her rippled with heat. Standing there on that shimmering plain was a woman, her arm out and her thumb up. It would not be long before Junpei realized who she was. And it's behind me. And I like that the game doesn't even say. We all know. We all know. That is exciting, though. I got an achievement. Don't forget your towel. Yeah. Let's save. So I can get 2 more endings, because the coffin ending... The coffin ending is the one where you get to that point where you're in the room where Snake was in the coffin, but you don't know the answer to open the coffin because you didn't do the safe ending or the zero lost ending. And so the game just ends like, we don't know what to do here. And then if you know the code because you did the safe ending, then it continues on into the true ending. So that's why we did it in that order. That's why I told you guys to, like, bear with me as I did all of that. But now we have, all of this that we did. Again, there is it 2 or 3 more endings? I didn't get the axe ending. I didn't get the sub ending. I think there's one more, but I can't think of which it is. I mean, there is one more because we can see here there's 3 endings, but we got the 2 endings that I wanted you to see. We got the good ending, and I am excited for that. We gotta watch the beginning again. It's gonna take me through the game now. I hit back, and it's gonna start me at the beginning of the game. A loud noise startled Junpei awake, and his eyes snapped open. But that is it. That is all of 999, 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors. I'm super excited to have gotten through all of this with you guys and finally finished the game. There is one thing that actually I don't know, and that's Lotus's response to, like, not knowing what happened 9 years ago. I don't know too much about Lotus's backstory, because she's kind of the character that you learn the least about, I would say. She's the character that has the least to do with the Nonary game, and I don't want to spoil it too much, but there is something... Why do I know? There is something that happened 9 years ago that she should remember. And so it's a little bit weird. This is about to start flashing, by the way. It's a little bit weird that she doesn't recognize what happened 9 years ago. But, I'm just really excited to have finished this game. As I said, it's one of my favorites from when I was a kid, and it's just very good. I'm glad that I got to save Connie again. There is a sequel to this game and a 3rd game in the series. I currently own the sequel because it comes bundled with 999. I don't currently own the 3rd game, but I am interested in playing both of them. I'm going to give it a little bit of a break, though, play a game in between these so that it's not just 999. Zero Escape is the name of the series, over and over and over again. But I am interested in playing those games for the very first time, so I'm sure I'm going to mess up thousands of times and get bad endings over and over again. But yeah, I think that's all of the rambling that I have. So we can end this series. It feels kind of bittersweet, but I'm going to go ahead and end this episode and this series in general. So thank you for watching this video. Thank you for watching this series. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you trusted. Why do I? Trusted in me to give you this story, even though it was a little bit weird. And I will see you in the future for either the next game in the series. I can't remember if it's Virtue's Last Reward or if it's Zero Time Dilemma. Or any other game that I play on my channel.